Strong men don't speak to be heard. They speak when it matters, and more often than not, they choose silence. In a world of noise, where everyone has something to say, the man who controls his tongue controls his life. Silence is no weakness. It is power. It is presence. It is mastery. If you think the loudest man in the room is the strongest, you've already lost. Because a real man doesn't chase attention. He commands respect. This is not a video about being quiet. This is a video about being deliberate. It's about reclaiming power from the chaos around you and becoming a man who speaks less, but it means more. Let's begin. Why this matters? We're living in an age where noise equals relevance. Social media, podcasts, opinions, arguments. Everyone's talking. No one's listening. And Real men are getting lost in the volume. They're yelling to feel heard. They're arguing just to win. But they've forgotten a powerful truth the Stoics lived by. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we may listen twice as much as we speak. Epictetus, a man's power is in his restraint, his ability to absorb chaos and respond with clarity. Because the man who speaks less thinks more, observes more, builds more. This video will show you how to become that man. Habit 1. Master your emotions through stillness. Marcus Aurelius ruled the Roman Empire, but his greatest power wasn't his army. It was his mind, his control over himself. His silence in moments of rage. When you learn to hold your tongue in chaos, you become unstoppable. Because here's what most men don't understand. Every time you speak in emotion, you give away your power. You expose your thoughts, you invite judgment, and you lose control. Stillness is not an action. It's dominance over the moment. The closer a man is to wisdom, the less he talks. Seneca. So what do? Train your stillness. Breathe before you speak. Wait before you react. Journal your thoughts instead of spewing them. Let the silence pass through you like a storm. Because the strongest man in the room is the one who can stay quiet when everything else demands noise. Habit 2. Speak with intention, not impulse. Words are not free. Every word you say either builds your reputation or destroys it. Yet most men talk as if their words don't matter. They gossip, they over-explain, they seek validation in every sentence. And that ends here. Because a strong man doesn't speak to be liked, he speaks to be understood. Speak less, mean more. Don't say what doesn't serve a purpose. If your words don't teach, lead, inspire, or protect, don't say them. Silence is your filter. Use it. Practical exercises. Before you speak, ask, is this necessary? Before you explain, ask, am I doing this to be liked or to lead? Before you argue, ask, is this worth my energy or is silence stronger? He who angers you conquers you, Elizabeth Kenny. But he who tempts you to speak unnecessarily robs you of your mystery. Habit 3. Listen like a strategist, the man who listens. Leads, the man who hears what others miss. Wins. Silence is the gateway to observation. And observation is the foundation of strategy. While others are busy talking, you're collecting data. You're learning people, you're learning patterns. And you're positioning yourself to strike with clarity when the moment is right. Think of the Stoics. They didn't react, they observed. And when they moved with absolute purpose. Practice this daily. Walk into rooms and say less. Make eye contact. Let silence fill the air. Let others reveal themselves while you remain unmoved. Your silence will make people uneasy. Good. That's when you know it's working. Habit 4. Guard your energy from noise. Not every battle is worth fighting. Not every conversation deserves your opinion. Not every argument is yours to win. One of the most powerful things a man can do, it is disengaged. Not out of fear, but out of control. You don't need to be everywhere. You don't need to comment on everything. You don't need to reply to every insult. Silence is protection, but your energy is sacred. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Seneca hears the truth. Every unnecessary conversation steals your energy. Every fruitless debate drains your focus. Every loud environment blinds your direction. Guard your mind. Guard your peace. Withdraw often. Choose solitude over noise. Because only in solitude can a man truly hear himself. Habit 5. cultivate inner peace through solitude. Silence is not just about the external, it's about the internal. Because if your mind is loud, it doesn't matter how quiet the world gets, you'll still be lost. Strong men cultivate inner silence. They journal, they reflect, they meditate. They spend time alone, not because they hate people, but because they love clarity. Alone time is where you meet yourself, where you reset your compass, where you sharpen your edge. Solitude is the classroom of strong men, and silence is the language of that classroom. This world wants you to talk, to share, to post, to prove, but a strong man proves himself by doing, by building, by showing, not by speaking. The man who controls his silence controls his power. So here's your challenge. Speak less, observe more, think deeper, choose clarity over chaos, peace over performance, presence over noise. Silence is not absence, it's dominance. If this message hit home, like the video, subscribe if you're ready to level up your mind, your focus, and your purpose. Drop a comment with the Stoic quote that fuels your life, and let us sharpen each other in silence. This isn't for everyone, but if you're still here, you're not like everyone.
Thanks.
Let's build.